Welcome back to my channel. My name is Arnav Jain, and today's topic of discussion is unleash your inner productivity. 9 surprising ways to crush your laziness and dominate your goals. Well, guys, without beating around the bush a lot, let's just get straight into it. Alright, so you can never solve an issue if you don't completely understand it. So let me tell you what I'm trying to say by a lazy mindset. Alright, in my opinion, a lazy mindset is often adopted by someone who is fat and obese by choice, who is very intelligent and knowledgeable as a person, but is not able to convey this knowledge into getting great grades in exams, right? People who have responsibilities and people to look after, but decide to go work on their free will, right? People who have dreams and aspirations, but don't have the courage to turn this into actual life goals, right? Like, the fact of the matter is, guys, society will never remember or reward you if you maintain your lazy mindset. You cannot name a single person from history who is known for his or her lazy mindset. The thing is, you will only be remembered if you actually contribute something meaningful to society, right? Look at Isaac Newton, right? Why do we remember him? He discovered gravity, right? He has based majority of the physics you study in your textbooks and base your research around. It's because of him. And imagine if Isaac Newton was lazy, right? We wouldn't have a physics textbook so elaborate as we do today. It's all thanks to him not being lazy. Or look at Nikola Tesla, right? If he was lazy, you wouldn't have electricity in your houses, right? Or Albert Einstein, right? The person who created laws of physics which the whole of astronomy is based around, right? If people like these were lazy, you would not have a good science textbook to read through, right? The thing is, the only way for you to be identified and to be remembered in this world as a human being is if you drop your lazy mindset. Alright? No individual has ever succeeded by remaining with their lazy mindset. So if you want to make your life worthwhile, if you want to make your one and only existence as a human being on this planet worthwhile and meaningful, if you want your ancestors who have died fighting mammoths and dinosaurs and barely surviving in the harsh winters without good shelter or good food or good security or much hope, if you want their struggles to not go in vain by you sitting on that couch, eating chips, being fat and not being known by anyone, then you need to drop your lazy mindset. So it was difficult for me to come up with one category that could sum up all of these points I'm going to talk about. So I'll just brief it up as how the responsibilities of a human being can alter their perception of the lazy mindset and their control over it. Alright, let me first start off by talking about the role of religion in all of this. I believe if everyone was religious, laziness would evaporate from the surface of the planet. Why do I say this? The thing is, God in all religions has frowned upon lazy people, right? The thing is, you cannot be lazy under God's guidance. Under God, everyone is hardworking, honest, successful individual, right? God in no religion has praised someone for being lazy or has praised someone from avoiding their responsibilities or has praised someone for just being, honestly speaking, a baggage on people who are actually trying to do something productive with their lives. All right, if you're fat, if you're unsuccessful, if you're literally a lazy person, you are not contributing to the planet in any other way than resource extraction from the people who are actually trying to contribute to the planet for something more than that, right? So you are actually just a baggage for the people who are trying to make this place a better place. All right, so also I like to talk about bullying, right? I'd argue bullying is necessary to a certain degree in order to create competent and successful individuals for life, right? Media tries to portray bullying as a completely bad thing, I'd argue it's a little more gray, not so black and white, right? Um, so in my opinion, bullying to a certain extent is necessary, right? Because let's say you're in a friend group, right? All four of your friends are hustling, right? They're trying to make a lot of money, get jacked, going to the gym, eating healthy, being respectful, kind gentlemen. You cannot be the only person who's lazy, non-ambitious, fat, and not wanting to go to the gym, eating unhealthy. You'll be kicked off the friend group, right? Thing is, friends are supposed to bully each other to make everyone a competent individual, all right? At the higher echelons of human existence, you cannot be lazy because you'll be kicked off the group, all right? So if you want to reach the highest echelons of human existence, you have to drop your lazy mindset. You have to become a competent individual, all right? And I believe bullying will play a very, very significant role in you being able to do that, all right? Let me also talk about people who talk about not being motivated enough. I personally am repulsed to some extent by the word motivation. The thing is, no one will have continuous flow of motivation in their life to do anything, right? If you want to be successful, again, at the higher echelons of life, barely anyone has reached there solely through motivation. The thing is, if your end goal is to be successful, you don't need motivation. What you really need is discipline, all right? Discipline is when you still work the thing you were supposed to work on, if you still go to the gym, if you still eat right, if you still maintain your morals, if you still follow your beliefs and respect everyone around you, regardless of the way you feel, regardless of if you're motivated, regardless of the fact if you're feeling sad or angry or ill, or doesn't matter, right? That is discipline. If you do all of this regardless of caring about your feelings, all right? The thing is, people don't understand this. It's very hard to be a disciplined man, right? It's very hard to be a disciplined man. It's not so hard to get motivation and work for like a week or two and then just going back to your old lazy habits, right? So if you are serious about your one true chance of human existence to be something which isn't wasteful because of your lazy mindset, then you have to drop the idea of you always having motivation to do something and have to create discipline for yourself, all right? And lastly but not least, respect is a huge thing, all right? Doesn't matter what topic you're going to talk about, respect always comes in somewhere, right? I'd argue if you are religious or if you're respectful of your elders and you have any sense of accountability, and if you actually respect the hardships your parents went through in order to raise you to be whatever you are today, or the hardships your grandparents went through to raise your parents, to structure their personalities in a way so that they can raise you to be wherever you are today, or their grandparents or your entire ancestry line, right? If you actually respect the fact that your ancestors had to fight mammoths, had to live in caves without electricity, had to starve to death, had to live without proper shelter, without proper resources, without clean water, had to compete to reach the echelon of life you live in today because of their hard work. If you have any sense of respect for that, and if you have respect for your own existence, I can tell you, you will not be having a lazy mindset if you really did have that respect for you. I'm currently making this YouTube video at 2 o'clock at night, right? And I'm a high school student, right? So I should be in bed. But the fact that I'm still hustling and making a YouTube video for you guys so that you can open up your minds to something bigger than your selfish and lazy attitude, then I think that's worth it, right? Because I am trying to elevate my own respect for my ancestors by trying to build my status in front of you guys, right? Then you should not be so incompetent and lazy to still sit on your couch, right? Still being lazy, still being fat. You really have no excuse at this point. When a 16-year-old boy like me from India is running a whole agency, managing high school, writing research papers, writing books, making YouTube videos at 2 a.m. at night. What are you doing except just doing your own underpaying job or eating Cheetos, sitting on your couch, watching television? And you want me to accept your lazy mindset? You need to wake up, my friend. Alright, enough of a rant. Let me start providing you with some actual structured solutions / ways you can use to overcome your lazy mindset. Alright, I'd advise you to start off with simply setting attainable goals for yourself, right? To improve. Let's say you're addicted to junk food or eating out, right? If you're eating out 4 days a week, cut it down to 2. All right. Let there be like 2 weeks where you're only eating like 4 times in total, right? Then gradually cut it down from 2 times a week to 1 time a week, right? Then make it 1 time a month, right? And then just completely cut it. Right? The thing is, the human brain is not built to accept sudden change, right? So you need to manipulate your own brain so that it accepts your desired change in a way that it doesn't harm you, and so that you don't want to go back to your original mindset, right? The thing is, if you just cut out junk food completely, yeah, fine, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, right? But then it's gonna be like, man, I haven't eaten anything in like 4 weeks, right? That's bad for me. I don't think 1 bag of chips can hurt. And then 1 bag of chips will become 2, become 4, and you'll basically come back to your old mindset and habits, right? So start off by setting off reasonable goals, all right? Work on them, all right? I advise you to first fix one of your bad habits. Let's say you're eating out, cut that first, then start going to the gym, all right? Eat healthy, then, all right? You don't have enough sleep, start sleeping more, all right? You're too stressed, actually work when you're supposed to work and not waste your time on your TV or eating or sleeping or I don't know what, all right? Set reasonable goals for yourself. Well, I'll actually advise you, if you're just starting out on this journey of eradicating your lazy mindset, you can actually adopt something known as the Pomodoro technique. It's basically when you work for like 25 minutes and then you take a little bit of break and then you again work for 25 minutes, right? It's very basic stuff. The thing is, I advise you to not completely rely on some such stuff. The thing is, as a man, like me personally, I have recorded 3 videos straight before recording this one. The thing is, at certain points when you have already been working and already been building up your discipline, you have to just stop relying on all these psychological techniques, which are trying to like convince you that, oh yeah, work for 25 minutes, take a break, then work for 25 minutes, take a break. I have tried these things myself, all right, when I was on a journey to eradicate my lazy mindset. The truth of the matter is, yeah, you may try it and maybe it'll work. The thing is, if I work for 25 minutes, right, I'm already in a flow of working, right? It's like inertia, first law of Newton. You don't want to stop something which is already in motion, of doing the thing you always wanted to, right? It's like, I have been working for 25 minutes. If I stop, I know my flow will break and I'll have to rebuild that flow from the ground up, right? Instead, what I personally recommend to you is, instead of just doing this 25 minute thing, at some point when you're capable and have enough self-control to just say, no, I will work, and only after I have done the task will I take a break. Don't stop working until you're dead tired, your eyes are hurting, your head is blasting from pain. All right, don't stop working. Thing is, you work for 4 hours a day, but if you work with deep focus, those 4 hours of work are going to be more valuable than 40 hours a week. If that was just, yeah, oh wait, 25 minutes, yeah, done, I have to take a 5-minute break, all right? And then those 5 minutes will turn into a TV break, which will turn into a lunch break, yeah, and then you come back to, you're like, man, I'm too full, I need a little bit more break, and then the cycle continues. Thing is, you cannot rely on motivation, you need to rely on discipline. You probably will watch some self-help videos, you'll probably stay motivated for a week or two, but at the end of the day, if you don't build up discipline, you're only going to remain fat loser with a losing mindset. All right, so as long as I advise you to use these psychological tricks on the start, you need to adopt discipline as your only way to escape your losing mindset. One very important skill any human being needs to be able to develop, and doesn't matter at what stage of countering their lazy mindset they are at, every human being needs to learn this one very crucial technique, which is time management. And I know you have heard this countless number of times, and I know you have thought about, yeah, I need to do that, and I know that you try to do it a day, maybe 2, maybe 3, and then you give up. The thing is, if you don't have control over your time, no one does. All right. The thing is, you need to identify when and how you're the most productive. All right. We all have. Remember when you were in high school and you just started studying for an exam or something? You didn't want to at first, but when you started studying, you just went in this deep work mindset, and you just completely forgot about all these outside things, and you were only focused on your studies, right? You need to understand how you were able to go into that state of deep work, all right? And if you're actually able to identify that, try and replicate that whenever you need to stop all of your distraction and start working. All right, it's actually a very productive thing. Like for me, I'll tell you personally, with me, I live with my parents, with my sister. Thing is, if there's a lot of noise around me, I'm not able to work, right? That's the reason why I'm making this video at 2 a.m. at night, right? Because everyone's asleep. It's just me speaking to my laptop, right, to you guys. So you need to identify when you're most focused and you do your most brain engaging, intense work at that time. All right. Now, I also like to talk about how you need to prioritize your task. Doesn't matter what or how much it is. All right. I'll recommend a technique known as the Eisenhower matrix. All right. It's basically you separate your tasks for the day into a degree of most important to least important, all right, and then you act accordingly. Let's say I have to record a video, I also have to work on my research paper, I also have to study for my A-level exams, whatever, right? Now, to me today, it's more important for me to record this YouTube video. That's why I'm doing it right now, all right? It's very important for me to also work on my research paper, but I can do it tomorrow too, right? The thing is, you need to prioritize the things that are the most important and the most urgent, all right? I have to post this YouTube video today, right? So I have to record it today, right? I cannot waste my time and record it tomorrow and be like, yeah, it doesn't matter, people won't care. People would care, all right? And I know I'm just starting out, but the thing is, if my YouTube channel was actually big, people would really care if I did not post, right? So you cannot be lazy if you want to be successful, right? So it's your decision. Do you want to be such a disgrace that even a 16-year-old Indian boy telling you exactly how you can eliminate your biggest enemy and actually achieve something useful in life, is that humiliation worth accepting, or you're willing to just sacrifice this lazy enemy mindset and just become something you were destined to become something your ancestors worked hard for you to become. It's your choice, truly. I'd also like to talk to you about the 2-minute rule. All right, it's basically something like, if a task I'm supposed to do can be done in 2 minutes or less, don't think about, okay, I can do this then and then I'll do this. Get up, go do it. It's not even going to take 2 minutes of your time, right? The time it'll take for you to go do it and then come back is the time you'll waste on procrastinating and wasting your time thinking about, okay, I can do this barely 2-minute task after I eat my lunch, and then I can like play some video games. And just stop. 2 minutes or less, get up, do it. Don't be so lazy. All right, it's just 2 minutes of your time. Also, I like to address the fact that in today's world, it's actually very saddening to see how frequent it has become for people to be depressed, for people to have anxiety, depression, clinical depression. The thing is, many people don't understand why they feel depressed. Why are they anxious? The thing is, many people say, I'm depressed, that's why I'm fat. No, you're not depressed, that's why you're fat. You're fat because you don't go to the gym, because you don't have the right nutrition, because your whole nutrition is Cheetos, and obviously chocolate milk. That is why you're depressed, right? The thing is, you need to work on self-improvement, and one thing I'll recommend to you is positive self-talk, right? I talked about this in my previous videos. Me personally, right, every day I guarantee you minimum I'll talk like this for like 25-30 times minimum. I'll be like, randomly I'll be like, you know what, I'm the best, or you know what, I'm so strong, or you know what, I am capable of doing anything. And I'll just randomly punch walls and stuff, thinking I'm so strong that I can break the wall. Legit, you may think I'm delusional. Legit, this is exactly what I do and think. I may be delusional, but it doesn't make me more capable of being able to eradicate my lazy mindset, being able to become stronger, more competent of a man. Yes, it does. So will I stop it? Never. And you should actually start adopting positive self-talk. I'm not telling you to go punch around random walls and just shout randomly in the middle of the night, oh, I'm best, oh, I'm so strong. No. But just don't think of yourself as a depressed person, all right? Think of yourself as someone who's as capable as any person who has stepped on this world, right? You see, Mahatma Gandhi was as capable as any other person living in his era, right? Every person is capable of achieving a certain amount of success. The thing is, the only difference is one decides to put in the effort and the other just wishes it happens out of thin air, all right? The chances of you winning a lottery of multi-million dollars and becoming rich that way is astronomically low, all right? So if you actually imagine your life to rely on so if you actually imagine your life to just magically change by a lottery, then trust me, I'm not delusional, you are. And if you need a 16-year-old boy to remind you that you are actually wasting your life sitting on that couch eating Cheetos, man, I don't think there's something more humiliating than that. Trust me. Alright guys, now I do realize this video was a little too intense. Maybe it's the fact that I am sleep deprived. That's why I was shouting and a little mean, I guess. But the truth of the matter is, it's all for your own benefit, all right? And you should also celebrate this. Trust me. you should reward your progresses. You should celebrate every single minute win of yours. All right. Now, obviously, don't, like, if you have lost 20 pounds, don't go and have a pizza party and just gain those 20 pounds back. All right. Celebrate in a way that, just feel happy for yourself. Be like, man, bro, what happened, Arnav? Bro, last month I was like fat and obese and hopeless about life, and today, look at me. I look so much handsomer. Like, I'm actually hopeful about life. Celebrate in a way that actually benefits you. Alright? I suggest you to go on a dopamine detox routine. I personally did that, and it greatly affected my happiness levels. The thing is, a lot of us in today's world are so addicted to social media, so addicted to fast food, junk food, so addicted to a lazy lifestyle. We try to get dopamine through everything we can. Scrolling through Instagram and scrolling through TikTok, YouTube Shorts. It only gives you a dopamine rush. That's exactly why you do it. And that's exactly why you spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours just scrolling through stuff you don't even understand and you won't even remember by the next day. Alright? Whereas, how do I get dopamine? Trust me, I haven't looked at any sort of social media in the past year and a half. I have not looked at a single movie from a year and a half. I haven't even switched on the television for like a year and a half. And you shouldn't either. A dopamine detox is something a lot of us need in today's world. And trust me, you will not regret it. It's a little hard at first, but it's life-changing. I remember when I was 10 years old, right? And like I used to go out with my parents, we used to like go on trips, and like we used to go in hill stations. There'll be mountains covered with snow and clouds, and there'll be forests, lush green forests and stuff, and we live in cottages and stuff. At that time it was the most boring stuff you can imagine as a 10-year-old. All I wanted was arcades and movies and video games and laptops and buildings and supercars. But the thing is, today, as a 16-year-old, because I've gone through that dopamine detox, which I highly, highly recommend you do too, I'm more like appreciative of nature and the beauty of nature than I ever would if I didn't go through the dopamine detox. Right? The thing is, you don't need much to be happy. It's only the fact that you have trained your mind in a way that you need so much stuff to be happy. Trust me, go to the gym for some time, quit your bad habits, quit junk food, right? And you can be the most capable person you were supposed to when you were born. You will become the most capable, the most handsome, the most competent, respected human being you were destined to become. Trust me. So yeah, with that, I'd like to end the video. I hope I was able to help some of you. Just quit the bad habits, man. You only get one life. Either you live it to your fullest potential or you just waste it. It's that simple. Alright, if you have any doubts, if you want to talk, just hit me up on the comment section. And if you haven't liked and subscribed till now, just go ahead, do it. And I'll be making more self-help videos. I'll be making more videos related to business. I'll talk about my journey as an agency owner at 16 years old, right? So stick around for my journey, and yeah, we'll have a lot of time together. So peace.